Steph, you hit your 4,003 tonight, and then after you went straight and took the game ball to Aisha Curry. Draymond just spoke about the family culture that Steve Kerr brought to this team to be able to share that moment and so many other moments with your family. But this is a huge milestone as well. How special was that for you?
Yeah, she wasn't in New York for the record, the 2974. So it was cool that for the 4,000, she was here. She got the responsibility of making sure the ball gets home, and but just the idea that, like you said, we've been all together for a very long time. Coach allows the family to be a part of what we do as much as possible. We got kids running around the practice courts. You realize when we started this, we were all youngins in the league, and he's seen our families grow one by one over the years. So it's kind of cool that we get to all share the on-court and the off-court experience together.
It looked like your teammates maybe were a little anxious trying to get you that 4,000. Did you feel any of that, and how much did that contribute to maybe that 14-2 Kings run to close out? Was there some amount, maybe not nerves from your part, but just anxiousness, and maybe that caused a little stress?
It was a weird night because we all knew I was 2 away, made the first one in the first quarter off a not a broken play, off a transition. J.K. made a great pass. Sacramento was playing that gimmicky defense all game where they were literally face guarding me, top blocking, and nothing was clean about it, but everybody else was getting great looks, and that's just good basketball. And then we look up and we have a 20-point lead, so I think we got a little loose and tried to force stuff that wasn't there in the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. Turnovers, they made their run. But once we came out in the second half, we knew like I'd get one shot at some point, but the way that they were guarding us, and you can't force it, or else you're giving up space, you're giving up good shots. And once we kind of settled in, the 2 threes took care of themselves, and we got the win. So it worked out.
You mentioned Kuminga. I mean, he mentioned he was a little nervous. You guys are playing so well; he doesn't want to mess it up. What did you think of his play, and what with him, with Jimmy here, with the way you're going? How much does he add to this? What is possible with him? Obviously, it looked like he played pretty well tonight too.
He played great. He understood, how to do what he does best, attack space when it's there. I know he's been watching, especially since Jimmy's been here. We've tried to keep things very simple. When I'm on the court, we're running our pep plays, but we still have options for Jimmy to get into playmaking spots. When I'm off the floor, you can run the offense through Jimmy. He's going to lift and elevate everybody around him because he demands such attention. So I don't know what it'll look like on a night-to-night basis. The fact that we added another, finisher, a guy that can get downhill. You saw how composed he was, taking those seams and those advantages. So another athlete, another finisher, another guy that a defense has to worry about, and that's always a good thing.
Congrats, Steph, on a big milestone tonight. Just curious, do you celebrate at all? Do you hit the golf course tomorrow or anything like that?
No, we got practice. And my birthday tomorrow, so I'll enjoy some time with the family. Come in, get our work in. Play golf early in the week, so that was the birthday round, and then a nice little shot of gentleman's cut tonight. That's about it.
Hi, Steph. Congrats on 4,000, and also happy early birthday. You've been pretty open about your faith throughout your career. I was curious, what role does the verse Philippians 4:13 still play in your career thus far with everything you've accomplished at your age, and how does that verse, being the backbone of everything you do, kind of help you push your limits on and off the court?
It gives me purpose. It grounds me because as much as basketball is a big part of my life and what I've dedicated my life to, it allows me, like I said, to stay grounded. This isn't real life in that respect, and you have to find kind of the through line of why, one, where your strength comes from, and two, why you're, in this position and what you can do with those blessings. So it always just continues to ground me and gives me a sense of purpose and a gratefulness for everything that happens in my life.
You were only able to get to it a couple times tonight, but the lineups with Kuminga, you, Jimmy, and Draymond, and whoever in that fifth spot, how important is it for those lineups in particular to work and for those to be able to close quarters, close games with that kind of lineup?
I think defensively, it gives us the most versatility to allow Draymond to be the anchor, Jimmy to do what he does, and us to be able to switch all over the floor. Those spots like tonight where Sacramento has 5 guys who can shoot and are good on the ball and create that spacing, we can have an answer for that. And then it allows us, to have speed and athleticism on the other end. So, it allows us to have a lineup that gives us, that versatility, which is huge because you never know on a nightly basis when you need to kind of go to, that 4 or 5. Moses was out there, I think, as the 5th guy in that lineup, and so. We're going to see it a lot down the stretch, and hopefully it can be something that we can feature in the playoffs.
Steph, you've seen 4,000 coming at you for a while now, and a few weeks ago, the team was in 10th place, and things were a little bleak. You expressed some frustration. How does it feel to have this milestone happen while this hot streak is happening too?
It's very symbolic, I think, how tonight went, where I only get 9 shot attempts, and it seemed like a very kind of mundane night because the way that they were guarding us, but you look up and we win by 26. And as ugly as it was for that 4 minutes in the second quarter, we were able to get off to a good enough start and withstand that run where, I don't know what the run was in the second, but we still had a double-digit lead and knew we could correct those mistakes. And there's just a confidence that comes with that. And so it is, the vibes are good right now, but like I said, or like I've tried to, or continue to say, we are not getting ahead of ourselves. Like every night is a chance for us to get a little bit better, find a little bit more confidence, and build that chemistry that we're going to need down the stretch and win as many games as possible because we're still not in the clear in terms of the whole playing thing and being our best selves come April.
Steph, congrats. Raymond said it was hard to track down Anders Biedrins, but what did that mean to you? And also, do you remember that first 3? And is there any weight off your shoulders now that it feels a little like it did maybe when you were a rookie?
I actually had I call it an emotional moment on the bench when I saw him. They didn't tell me that they found him. Got the video message from him. That was my vet when I was here, my rookie year. I would love to have quizzed our team and the bench to see if anybody knew who that was because that was such a long time ago. And between myself, Raymond, Eric Hausen, John Murray, who was our strength coach at the time, who was still a part of the organization, obviously in the NEA, know how much, we call him Goose, how much he meant to the organization at that time. And it was cool to see him because I know that first 3 I hit, which was my second game of my career, and he threw the pass. Kalina, who's in the booth upstairs, was setting the little screen for me. So really cool to kind of think back how far I've come from the first one to 4,000, which is crazy.
And Steve Kerr joked that 8,000's not too far off the.
I don't think he wants to coach that long, so don't put that pressure on me. Because I like a challenge.
Tonight, Steve ties the franchise record for wins with Al Attles. Just what has it been like to be a part of this journey with him these last 10, 11 years?
He's brought the best out of us, and we joke all the time, both of us could have been in New York. And, fate would have it that we were, here. He taking that job in 14, understanding we were a really good team and he could try to elevate us to a championship level, team, and we got it done that first year, and obviously the history that we've created. So I love his humility, his work ethic, his level of care. It's not an easy job. Coaching is a very thankless job, but I do appreciate the fact, and what is this, his 12th year here, that he has records and milestones that he can look back and be proud of. I'm sure for him, he thanks everybody on his staff and everybody that has committed to his style of coaching, and again, it's brought the best out of all of us. So it's been a hell of a ride.
Stephen, you hit your 2,000 in New Orleans back in 2017. So what was it like, to be at home in the Chase Center, and hitting that second one to get that 4,000 one in front of the fans, who sound like 18,000 Lions, in here?
I compare it more to like New York in 22, or 21, sorry, when Madison Square Garden was an unbelievable environment to break the record, having Ray and Reggie there. And if you had a second place for not being able to do it at home, that would have been it was a great pick. To have a clean milestone in 4K, that's obviously never been done before, but to have that moment in front of your fans like that was special. I could feel the energy and the buzz from the beginning of the game after I made my first three, even the second one I shot and missed. Like, it was an adrenaline rush, and they were with me every moment of the game tonight. And when that second one went in, I knew there's a lot of game left, so I tried to not get too ahead of myself. But it was a special moment to feel that energy and allow them to enjoy that milestone and accomplishment with me.